What's up everybody, welcome to Airsoft After Hours. In this video I'd like to share with you a product that I have been using for the past couple of days and I've been quite impressed with it. Okay, I'm going to tell you, give you a quick run through of what you get in the box, how it arrives and everything, what it looks like and how it functions. Okay, so first of all, it is the Madbull portable CO2 refill charger. It is fully adjustable, meaning you can adjust the pressure. It is a pressure adjustable, so you can set it to whatever PSI you like, and you know, use it on grenades. Okay, the airsoft replica grenades. It's very important before I get into this that this I'll let you know this is not designed for anything like I don't know, gas magazines. Okay, it's not designed for that. It's actually designed to be used specifically with airsoft grenades. Okay, the ones that hold you know, all the hundreds of BBs in the top and that fire it out the front. Before you say, okay, what kind of grenade is it for? I have to tell you that every single grenade is different. Okay, you can buy grenades that are CO2 capable, and grenades that are not CO2 capable. Those would be run on propane, I'm guessing, propane or green gas. Okay, so before you buy this adapter, it's very important that you check which grenade you're actually using, and make sure yours can actually take CO2, because it's going to turn out very, very dangerous for you if it isn't and you use CO2 in it. Okay, so don't even think about using this in grenades that are not CO2 rated, and never ever use this in any of your gas magazines. It's very, very dangerous. Okay, CO2 is a very, very high pressured gas, I should say, and it's designed, if it was designed for CO2, then it's safe to use. If it's not designed for CO2, don't use it. Okay, no gas magazines, no pistol magazines. I know what you're thinking, don't even think about it. Okay, right, let's get into the box. This is what the box looks like. The product number is the XC03. And the product is, I believe, made in Taiwan, yes. Okay, right, this is my box. I'm not very happy that it came packaged the way it was. The nozzle of the actual filler was sticking out here. Obviously, it had been dropped, and the sharp end, or the small end, the filler nozzle, I guess, was sticking out there. So I was quite worried when it arrived, but it turned out fine. It wasn't damaged. It's designed pretty robustly, and I'm quite happy about that. Let's get into opening her up. Okay, as you open her up, you are greeted with instructions. They're not very clear, and there's a lot of spelling mistakes. So I was confused a little bit about it, because they have laid the instructions out. So their other product, the XC02, I believe, I'm not too sure, might be I don't know the product number, but they do one of these that doesn't come with the adapter that holds the 12-gram CO2 cartridges. They actually do one that can just screw onto a CO2 tank, one of the larger ones, I believe, or maybe even a HPA tank. I'm not too sure. I'm not. Yep, XC02. That one is. It doesn't come with the reservoir. This one, on the other hand, does. Okay, it comes with this here, which holds your 12-gram CO2 like that, and it just screws in, but I'll get to that in a minute. I'll just put this to one side. Okay, you get a very nice Madbull airsoft sticker, okay, and some spare O-rings and flanges. Okay, these are the I guess service parts when eventually one of your seals break or wear out, then you could use these. They seem to be coated in some kind of flour powder thing to keep them from drying out. Okay, just put those to one side, and this is the adapter itself. Okay, this is some bubble wrap. What's this? That's nothing. That's nothing. And this is an adjuster. Okay, this adjuster goes into here, but before we attach that, I'll put some CO2 in. Okay, right. This is how it goes in. That looks quite different, actually. Okay, I'll show you this. That seal there, that rubber seal, is bright white, but the seal that they've given me is off-white. It's quite yellow, as you can see the difference there. Not sure why that is. Maybe this has been in storage for a very, very long time. Okay, right, let's have a look at the dial there, or the pressure gauge. As you can see, that should give you a good idea of you know, the adjustments, it goes up to times 100, so 1200 psi. If this can actually, if this CO2 cartridge can give you that, highly doubt that. Right, now I'm going to insert this CO2. They say, they don't really say this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say if you drop some silicone oil in there, it may help with lubrication, as CO2 is a very, very dry gas. Okay, let's insert this in here like this. I'm going to get to the point where there we are. It's now touching the nozzle, and I'm going to hold on to this bit firmly and turn the bottom part this way as quick as I can to try and insert it, okay? There we go, and it's tight. Okay, not too much leakage there, very good. Nice design, very solid, quite happy about that. Okay, now that, as you can see, the pressure has gone up ever so slightly. It's just past 0. Okay, creeping towards 2. Now if I insert this wheel here, like so, I'm going to find a, there we go, there's now some resistance. Now if I just turn this a little bit again, it should hopefully creep up. Let's see if you're going to creep up. You're going to creep up. Yep, there we go. It's going up to 2. And I leave it there. Okay, now it's at 2, so what's that, 200 psi. Okay, you can obviously change it to 400 psi, 600 psi, or 800 psi. I believe some of the Madbull CO2 grenades are rated for about 800, maybe 900 psi. I'm not too sure. I've not tried it out. I've not done too much research on the grenades, but each grenade is different. So make sure you know what psi your grenade can withstand, and never go beyond that. Okay, it's going to be very, very dangerous. Obviously, if you exceed a product's maximum pressure range, then something's going to blow, and if it does, it's going to parts are going to fly everywhere like a bullet. Okay, so you've got to be very careful. So this is what, 200, just beyond 200 psi, which means if I load a grenade, which do I have a grenade? Yes. Okay, let's I have a Madbull grenade here. This is an Madbull XM PB04, I believe it is. Okay, it's the one with the big hole in the top. I believe these were designed for paintballs, but I can't remember. Don't worry, I'll do a review about this as well. You get to see that on my channel on the other video. So if you're interested in that, go check it out. Right, I'm gonna now load this in here like so. Okay, if you first of all, loading a grenade is, obviously you've probably done it a lot of times. You just get your propane or your green gas, and it just goes into the fuel valve. With CO2, it can be very, very tough. Okay, that nozzle there is going to be very, very strong, held with pressure, depending on what type of pressure you set it to. On obviously 200 psi, it's not going to be super high. It's going to probably act like propane or green gas. If you set it to, let's say, 850 psi or 800 psi, around that range, it's going to be super tough. So you're going to have to poke it in there and actually wrestle it down. It took me quite a bit of strength to get it down at 800 psi, and the grenade was insanely loud. It was unbelievable. I was almost deafened. So you other than eye protection, make sure you've got some ear protection as well if you're doing this indoors in your backyard or whatever. Or even at your airsoft game, you know, if you're going to use 850 or 800 psi, if your site allows it, then you're probably gonna want some ear protection. Okay, right. I'm just gonna load it up to 200 psi, as you see the gauge there. Put it in, and it's properly loaded. And I'm just gonna, what can I fire? I don't know. Stick that in there and just shoot it out. Let me just put some ear protection in. Okay, just going to fire that. Right, and that was pretty loud. Reset the pin. I'll reset that later. Okay, right, so that's basically the this CO2 refill charger by Madbull. In my opinion, it's the build quality is brilliant. Obviously, I've only just started using it and testing it the past few days, but if anything happens to it, or if something breaks, if something leaks and I can't fix it, or I have some trouble, I'm going to leave a comment in the comment section, or alter the description just to let you guys know. Let's say if you've got a grenade and the maximum rating is, I'm just going to throw this out there, 200 PSI, and you accidentally twist this so that it goes beyond that, let's say up to, I don't know, keep twisting it, for 400 psi there, and you think, oh, I can't use that now. What am I going to do? I can't load it into my my gas grenade. What you do is you back out to where you think it's going to be, or just back out completely. Find a hard surface. I'm just going to use this mat here and push it down directly. Obviously, it's not going to work on this mat, so I'll use this table. And then hopefully, yep, the pressure will drop. Okay, it's going to drop because I've backed this out to a lower setting and I've released the gas. Okay, if there's if you've accidentally over pressurized this or set this to a higher pressure, whatever you do, do not fill out your grenade, your gas grenade, okay, with it, because that would be very dangerous. Make sure you set it to the correct setting, or the you know, have some have a safety margin. If your grenade is rated for 600 psi, set your thing to 450 or 500. Okay, you want to give some, you want to have some give. You don't want to go too close to the limit, because if it's rated for 850 psi, that's probably the maximum, or the absolute maximum. So it's probably not going to blow, but to be safe, I'd back off just a little bit. Okay, now it's time for the final thoughts and how I feel, my opinion about this CO2 charger made by Madbull. If you need a CO2 charger for your gas grenades, obviously it means you've tried propane in your gas grenades and it's not powerful enough, you're looking for more power, so you're after a tool that can inject CO2 from 12 gram CO2 capsules. Then in that case, this is a pretty good tool. It does its job. Quite high quality. I did go over it with a magnet. Nothing seems to be steel. This nozzle here, I'm not sure what material it's made of. Possibly aluminum, but I'm not too sure. That is possibly a weak point. You know, this is obviously very thin and held on inside in via its direction, so it can be easily bent or misaligned. That's one thing to look out for. You're going to have to look after that, possibly by a cap, you know, or a protection unit that goes over the top to protect this if you're going to take this out into the field. But other than that, you know, it's pretty good. It does its job. It's just a little bit expensive in my opinion. So if you're on a budget, or if you're thinking, you know, you might want to get CO2 for your gas grenades, make sure you have enough, you know, make sure you get enough grenades that can hold CO2, buy a lot of CO2 capsules, and then purchase this, you know, because it is quite a bit of money. If you're thinking that's a bit expensive and excessive for what I need, all I need is just a quick and easy way of filling my magazines, my gas grenades, then just stick with propane if the power of it doesn't bother you. It's still quite powerful, depending on obviously what gas grenade you're using and how many BBs you are firing out, or depending on what projectile you're firing out. Okay, so to make it short and sweet, this is a good tool but expensive, okay, and it's not incredibly robust, but it seems to be able to do its job. Okay, it's a shame that they don't include a pouch or any protection for the nozzle there, which was possibly its weak point, but other than that, I'm quite happy with it. If I was to this is for my personal my personal opinion only. If I tried this before I bought it, I probably wouldn't buy it. It's very expensive as a tool, and also CO2 is just way too loud for me, for my personal taste. It's very powerful and it's very fun, but you know, you've got to be selective in obviously I'm just a collector and I only play around mainly indoors and at a certain range. This is way too loud, and power's good and fun, but it is just too loud for me. I'll stick with propane probably in my gas grenades from now on. But obviously if you're watching this video, you are considering CO2, so in that case, get it. You know, it's a very good tool. and I do recommend it if you absolutely need to go with CO2. But for me, propane is enough, so I won't be, you know, using this too much. But if something happens, I'll let you guys know, okay? Okay, so that was the review of the Madbull CO2 charger. Hope this helped someone out there. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you later.